okay for you? Well, let's Welcome to Manton Ranger basketball from Manton High School. This is Rick Swanson along with Rainey Lafreniere tonight, and we will be calling the action for you. Coach, welcome to you once again. Always a pleasure, and thanks for joining me.
Well, it's always a great pleasure to be here with the one with the golden voice. Everybody enjoys listening to you, Rick, and I enjoy working with you.
Well, thank you. Our pregame report tonight brought to you by Wilder Heating and Cooling. As mentioned, we are at Manton High School for boys high school basketball. Tonight, the Rangers host the Aggies of Beal City. This is their first meeting this year. Last year, Manton won both times during the regular season, taking really tough ball games. First by 3 points, then by 6. And Coach, refresh your memory a little bit. We did that game down at Beal on the radio last year when the Rangers pulled it out by 6.
Yeah, I remember that game well down there, and they had a kid, a big kid that was left-handed. I'm not sure who he is on the roster right now, but he gave us fits inside, and I think that's one of the keys tonight is controlling that young man from Beal City inside that paint area and not letting him get his game going.
Well, currently Beal City's record is 5-3 on the year. In their last game, they lost to Roscommon 54-36. They are averaging 47 points a game while giving up 44 points a game. Manton, on the other hand, comes into the game 5-1 on the season. They defeated NMC in their last game Tuesday night 57-41, handing NMC its first loss of the year. The Rangers are averaging 58 points a game while allowing 50. Coach, we really don't get a lot of coverage of Beal City up here, so it's tough to follow them. So I want to give you some common opponents Manton and Beal have had this year and just see if you want to comment on any of those. They have 4 common opponents so far. Against Everett, Manton won by 16, Beal City won by 24. Against NMC, Manton won by 16, Beal City lost by 11. Against Roscommon, Manton won by 7, Beal City lost by 18. They also have McBain as a common opponent. Manton lost by 36, Beal City lost by 29. Anything of interest there?
I think you got to figure in the COVID factor this year. When we played McBain, we'd just come off 9 or 10 days, without practicing regularly and not having our legs. I just think this crew's a little bit better than what they showed over McBain. Not taking anything away from McBain. I've had people tell me they're the best team they've ever seen in this area, in Class C.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty even tonight. And, and as usual, and I've never had this happen before as a coach, we've usually been bigger than Beal City. And it looks to me out there, Beal City might be a little bigger than us. And that kind of gives me fits because they're usually very athletic. And we're athletic this year, too, and we have the great point guard and more kid. So we'll just see if we can match up with their quickness and hopefully negate their size inside.
Right. Well, our sponsors on the live stream are Bossick's Drugstore, Northern Michigan Environmental Transport, Shepler's Well Drilling, and Wilder Heating and Cooling. Coach, let's take a closer look at the teams. Let's start with Beal City. As I said, they come into the game 5-3. Their head coach is Cam Cottrell. Last year they were 14-8 overall. They finished 4th of 9 schools in the Highland Conference. They have an interesting roster, 3 seniors and then 11 juniors. But what I want to pick your brain on, Coach Lafreniere, is you've gone against many Beal City teams in the past over the years. And what can you usually expect to see from a Beal City basketball squad?
Well, back in the day, when Tom Lavoie was coaching, they ran a lot of 2-2-1 press, and it was 5 in and 1 out. And they went to the state finals a couple of years with that style of ball. It's always been an up-tempo style, and usually man-to-man. Now, I don't know the new coach here, but if they're doing as well as they're doing, the guy must know what he's doing. I'm not sure if he's playing man-to-man this year or if he's playing zone, or if we're going to see a mix. So we can kind of analyze that as the game goes on. Now, as far as the Rangers go, they've been pressing a lot, and they've hurt some teams, that didn't have slick ball handlers. But whether that's going to work tonight against a very athletic Beal City team, and they usually have great athletes, they come right from football. They've They've always got these great athletes. Quickness is usually the name of their game. So it's going to be an interesting matchup and see who can force the other team to play their style of ball.
Now, as far as their opponents, they have beaten Pine River, Everett, Houghton Lake, Chippewa Hills, and Vestaburg. And Beal City's 3 losses have come to McBain, NMC, and Roscommon. So let's take a look at the Rangers a little bit. Coach Hiller's in his 15th season. Last season they were 16-4, regular season 18-4 overall. And as we know, they were in the district final, ready to go against McBain when the season came to an end. But the Rangers had a tough game at McBain, as you mentioned, Coach, 1 week ago. But in their other 5 games, all wins, they've actually looked pretty good. They're playing very tough defense. You mentioned that press they have thrown at people. And I want to bring up again Mansalona, the first opponent of the year. They haven't lost since. Mansalona is 7-1. They're just cruising by everybody. Roscommon has a winning record, and the Rangers knocked them off. They've looked really good, except that McBain game. Like you said, there were some extenuating circumstances there also. But I'd like you to comment on inside play, outside play. Let's start with guards. We got, of course, Caleb Moore, Drayden Morrow, Luke Puffer. Caleb's kind of the leader. Morrow's been hitting some threes lately. Puffer's just given a good all-around game. What do you think of the backcourt there of the Rangers?
Well, I just think Caleb Moore is one of the best, 1 or 2 guards in the area, and that's A through D. He's just a phenomenal player. Morrow seems to have found his range lately. He's an unselfish player. And he plays mostly defense, and he knows his role on this team, and hopefully he can come up and hit a couple of threes for us tonight. And let's see, with the other guard we're talking
Puffer?
about. Puffer, yeah. Puffer's a conundrum to me. He's so physical, but yet he gets the job done outside. I coached his dad at 6'4", 6'5", who was a great athlete, around the hoop and up and down the floor. So now we're looking at more of a jitterbug type player. He must get those genes from his mother because he didn't get them from dad. Jeff was anything but a jitterbug. And this young man, he moves well on the floor. He's doing nothing but getting better as far as I'm concerned. He hits the 3 ball with great consistency. He's strong. He'll give you 7-8 rebounds a game from the guard spot. So I like what the kid's doing. It's just fun to watch him. It's fun to watch those 3 grow a little bit and get better as the year goes on.
Okay, as far as inside play goes, we got Jacob Rupert, inside presence. Lucas McKernan, he has the experience. He can score, he can rebound. Kyle Hudson, I like the way he comes off the bench, boxes out really well on rebounds. What do you think of the inside play?
I like the inside play. The Rupert kid's just a great athlete. He's strong, he's physical, he plays. And both those kids, McKernan and Rupert, play a lot bigger than what they are. Of course, it's hard to play 6'7" when you're 6'2", but they do a pretty good job of it. They're very physical around the hoop, fairly athletic. I like what I see from them guys. There's never a down moment with those guys. They don't relax. These kids, when they're playing basketball for Ryan Hiller, if they're relaxing out there on the floor, they're sitting down pretty quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
right.
I like what we got going on inside with those 2 big guys. And then you bring the Hudson kid in, and he's kind of a tweener. He's kind of a 2-guard type kid, and he's, small forward. So he's not quick enough to handle the guard spot as far as handling the ball goes. But when he's on the floor, he just creates chaos with his hustle.
He does. I've been impressed with him.
Yeah.
I haven't known a lot about Kyle before this year, but
you probably remember his dad. I believe it was Johnny Hudson.
John,
yeah, John. That's his boy. So it's great to see him on the floor and doing well. Dad's got to be proud.
You bet. Well, this has been our pregame report, sponsored tonight by Wilder Heating and Cooling, and the warm-up is winding down. So I'm going to turn it over to our public address announcer for our national anthem and starting lineups.
Let's now honor and respect their efforts and our country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute, and everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem. And now, let's move the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Yankees, a junior, number 1, Katie Blunt. A senior, number 2, Jacob Gross. A senior, number 3, Marcus Kent. Senior, number 10, Beal. A junior, number 30, Brady James. The adjunct coach of Ann Israel. Let's stand and make some noise for your hometown Manton Rangers. Senior, number 1, Caleb Moore. A junior, number 3, Lucas McGurran. A senior, number 11, Ray Moore. Number 12, Jacob Rivers. A junior, number 40, Luke Cumber.
The starting lineup again for Beal City: Kate Block, a junior, number 1, number 2, Jacob Gross, a senior, number 3, Marcus Kent, a senior, Terrell Zucker, number 10, another senior, and those are the only 3 on the team, and number 30, Braden Haynes, a junior. Regular starters for the hometown Rangers: Luke Puffer moving into a starting spot last couple of ball games. And as customary this year, the visiting team gets the inbound ball, and possession arrow will take over after this. Rangers start out in 1-2-2 zone. They'll look to trap whenever they can. Rupert with the steal ahead to Moore, and off the glass, got it. Nice steal. resulting in the first points of the ball game. Caleb Moore. That was a nice break by the Aggies that time, getting the ball in the center of the floor. Haynes underneath. Saw cutting Zucker, and Zucker gets Beal City on the board. We're tied at 2. Beal City starting out man-to-man. Usually very quick. Caleb Moore on the left wing. Looking to drive. Off the glass. Got it. No weak side help. Came across the lane, and Caleb had a straight lane to the bucket. Cade block on the point. Inside to Haynes. Deep in the right side. A 3 from Jacob Gross. And that gives Beal City a 5-4 lead. And Moore's pass. Over the head of Morrow. Turnover Rangers. More low pressure on Block, and Block dragged his foot. Turnover Aggies. McKernan comes out, touches the ball for the first time tonight. Cutting to the bucket, gets it from Rupert. Rupert to McKernan on no give and go. And the Rangers are up on. Haynes out to block. Zucker back to block, down in the corner. Kent splits the defense and turnover. Rangers come up with it. Bounce pass to McKernan, loose, but he's able to track it down. Moore, another pass to the rim. This time can't get it to fall. Beal City with the rebound. Block posting up Haynes and down through the lane. Number 10, Zucker, shot no good. Rebound Rupert. (6-5), Rangers on top. 5 minutes left to go. Opening quarter. Here from Manton tonight. Ball back in the hands of Caleb Moore. Set the offense. Working around the Moore, going to baseline, little 10-footer. Got it. Little floater from the left baseline for Caleb Moore. 8-5 Rangers. And Beal City turns it over against that. They turn it over against that pressure from the Rangers. Three substitutions in for Beal City.
You got Kyle Hudson in for the Rangers also, Coach.
Yep, Hudson in for Morrow. Moore goes opposite the screen, trying to hit Hudson underneath, and Rangers turn it over. Beal City basketball. Brendan Martin into the game now, took it out. He's got the ball right now. Tall, lanky player for the Aggies. Underneath, all alone. Braden Haynes, the post player, up for 2, 8-7 Rangers. Just got behind the defense that time, Coach.
Yeah, that's what worries me about the press is their quickness. They don't have too many weak links for ball handlers out there.
Hudson the puffer. 3 is high off the rim, and rebound to Martin. the corner, deep for three. No good as Jacob Gross, but Hudson with the rebound. I have the puffer for Moore. And Rangers call for the travel. Another turnover, Traxler in for Puffer. Martin to Gross, goes back to Martin. And ahead to Haynes. Trap down there and stepped out of bounds. Pressure defense on the trap, and Haynes had nowhere to go, stepped on the sideline. Turnover Aggies. Traxler in the corner, McKernan back out to Moore. 8-7, Rangers on top. Moore and McKernan in the corner, back out to Caleb Moore. Looking to penetrate in the lane, off to Hudson. Nothing there, brings it back out again. Rangers being very patient this particular possession. Skip past Traxler. Puts up to three from the right side, no good. McKernan with the rebound. Moore, 15-footer, blocked by Martin. And here come the Aggies. Number 2, Gross, gives it up to Haynes. Left side block, back out to Martin. Down corner, 3 is no good from Wade Wilson, and the Rangers rebound. Screen from Rupert. Beal City defense cuts it off. And that's going to be the first foul of the ball game, Coach. We've got 1:23 left to go. First whistle.
Yeah, both teams are playing hard, but they're playing under control. It's not a hack fest out there. Both teams are, well coached. Both teams have good athletes on. I like the big 15 in there. He's about 6'3", 6'4", but
yes,
he moves well for Beal City. Let's see if he can make a difference with his size.
Morrow back in, giving McKernan a break. And on the inbound pass, got away from the Rangers. But last touch by Beal City, it'll be Manton basketball. Morrow for 3, left side, got it. Braden Morrow, big 3 for the Rangers. We talked about him in the pregame. Here's the trap on Kent. And he can't find anybody to throw it to. The Aggies turn it over.
I'll tell you, Coach, that's what we talked about before the game. Drayton coming in there and hitting that wide open 3, and that's what just happened there.
Yeah, that's
good to see that young man step up and drain that.
He better do. Moore to Hudson, goes baseline, lost the handle. I like the aggressive move that time. Kyle just lost control. And Rupert's going to get a breather.
Rupert apparently has a bad knee. And I see he's limping a little bit. Hopefully that's not going to be a factor for us in this game for him.
Aggies with a little bit of a break that time. They handled the pressure much better. From the far side, Connor Wilson for 3 for the Aggies. 11-10. Rangers on top, 13 seconds to go. Looking for a last shot, first quarter. Moore right into the lane, shot goes up and does not fall, but he draws the whistle. And Caleb Moore will go to the free throw line. That falls on Wade Wilson, who's first. as we said, only the second foul committed here in the first quarter, both by Beal City. First free throw, good. Second one also there, 13-10. And Beal will try and get the last shot up. Trap in the corner. Couldn't do it. Good pressure defense from the Rangers. Does not allow Beal City to get that shot off. And at the end of one, we've got the Manton Rangers with 13 and Beal City Aggies at 10. Let's do a sponsor spotlight here while we have the timeout on the floor. Bostic's Drugstore. Owner Mike Moffett purchased the business from John Bostic in 2011 after 5 generations of Bostic owners, now serving the community for over 130 years. They will fulfill all of your pharmacy needs. They offer unique gifts, all occasion cards, greeting cards, willow tree figurines, beanie babies, and Bostic is also a stop for Ranger Station sportswear. They've got sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. Stop in. Bostic has always been a loyal supporter of Manton Ranger athletics as well. Phone number 824-6465, 824-6465, or you can email bosticsdrugstore@yahoo.com. Bostic's Drugstore, downtown Manton. Great sponsor of Manton Athletics, Coach.
Well, that was an interesting quarter. Coaches sit around and they're in angst about how they're going to beat that weak side help. Beal City seems to have figured that out. They're attacking that. We're bringing that weak side help strong from down on the left side there and leaving that kid wide open. It's cost us 6 points. So hopefully as the game goes on, maybe they won't drain that or we'll make some adjustments. Other than that, I'm not real concerned.
Good point. Possession arrow to the Rangers. I don't believe we even had another jump ball in that first quarter.
No, very well played game.
Underneath McKernan, bounce pass Morrow, penetrates the lane, off to Rupert. Inside the lane, turnaround, put that thing up. He does, just can't get it over the front of the rim. And Martin with the rebound. Gives it up the block.
Looks like we're in a zone, Coach.
Yep.
Seriously, trap out of it.
Got a trap in the corner, and they heave it out to half court, almost over and back. And we're going to get a whistle against the Rangers. That'll be their first foul, this one against Jacob Rupert, as he was going for a steal on that Aggie pass.
Yeah, we had a little late contact there. Rupert's so well built, I think that the young man from Beal City got the worst of that.
Block to Martin, back to block, top of the circle, into the lane, kicks it out. Shot up by Wilson, got it. And we're tied at 13 with the three-pointer by Wade Wilson. Moore trying to pass underneath, deflected, but the Rangers come up with it. Nice pass to Puffer. Morrow saw him making his way to the bucket, but just couldn't get it to fall. Deep in the corner, now just inside the three-point line, Marcus Kent with the shot. Rebound Moore, ahead to Morrow. Loose ball, but right to Puffer. Morrow to Puffer, up for three, no good, follows his own shot, gets the rebound, and tried to knock it off a Beal City leg, couldn't do it. Wilson to the hoop, no good. Rupert rebound. In the corner, McKernan into the lane. And we get a call against Beal City. It's like Lucas was trying to pass, even though he had a decent shot inside the key there.
Well, I was impressed the way he attacked the paint there with his left hand. The
Yeah.
young man's a good athlete, and there was some contact there. And we'll see what they do with this out-of-bounds play underneath.
Caleb Morrow pulled the trigger. Comes in Puffer. Traxler trying to penetrate, takes it back out in the corner. Puffer to Rupert, over to Moore. Hits the screen, goes the other way. 10-foot baseline, got it. Caleb Moore with the bucket. Gives the Rangers the lead again, 15-13. Beal City with a nice break that time, but then they threw it away. Turnover Aggies.
I think I like that strategy a little better. Spot press here and there instead of constantly. They caught him sleeping that time. They weren't quite able to handle that pressure.
Traxler right side out to McKernan. Around to Puffer. Moore with a long three. Got it. Caleb Moore. Well outside the line that time. Gives the Rangers a 5-point lead, 18-13. 5 minutes left to go, first half. Martin to Gross. Back to Martin. Here's point guard Cade Block. Into Martin. Lane. Looking to put it up. And we're going to get double dribble call. Martin.
I was wondering if he was going to go to that zone, and that zone's giving him problems. Nice move by the coaches down there.
Martin's got that height inside, but turned it over before he could get the shot up.
At this level, you're playing a good team. You better be good with the ball, and you better be quick. He was just a little slow there.
Caleb Moore's going to get a breather. And Drayden Marr will take over on the point. Traxler, right side, back out to McKernan. Radian Schmidt, also in the ballgame right now for the Rangers. There's Morrow, long three. No good, rebound, Aggies.
That was a good look. They were patient, too.
There's Block for three. Off the glass. Good bucket by Cade Block. 18-16 Rangers. Down the corner, Traxler. Out Schmidt, Hudson, Morrow. Down in the corner, McKernan. Trying to penetrate in the lane, puts it up with the right hand, just off the rim. Aggies with the rebound. In the corner for three was Jacob Gross. An Aggie foul on the rebound.
There's a familiar name, the Grosses from down in Beal City.
No, that's for sure.
Like they've always got somebody down there named Gross or Schaefer or somebody like that.
.320 left to go, first half. Aggies with a deflection, and they get the steal. Martin right to the hoop. Got it. Brendan Martin ties us up at 18.
That's a 5-0 run there we're looking at, Coach.
And the Aggies now go to a zone. Morrow outside, Traxler. Right side, Schmidt. Back to Morrow. Into the lane, puts it out to Traxler. Turner, deep in the left corner, brings it out on dribble. Schmidt with the basketball. Rangers looking at this zone a little bit. Inside in the corner, out to Smith for three. Shot up high. Big bucket for Radian Smith. 21-18 Rangers. Going baseline. Jacob Gross. Nice shot off the glass, but around and out. Here come the Rangers. Pass picked off by Martin. We're going to get a whistle against the Rangers. Drayden Marl's going to be called for the foul. And Puffer and Moore check in for the Rangers, as does Rupert. 1:49 left to go first half. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have our halftime stats. We'll talk about upcoming games. Analyze this first half. Look forward to the second half. Rangers up 3, 21-18. Ball on the floor, and Caleb Moore comes up with the steal. See if anything opens up. He takes it himself, 16 feet away, off the front of the rim. Rebound Wilson. Quickly ahead to Connor Wilson, but the Aggies turn it over.
Yeah, it's tough to come back in off the bench and drain that shot right away. But he had that wide open jumper. He's probably shooting about 60% from there. Good to see Radiant Smith in there and getting that three ball.
Yes.
I've been told he's an excellent shooter. So we'll see if we can spring him loose here for a couple more three balls.
Rupert out to Puffer for three, left side. No good. Rebound Wilson. And as he tried to pass it off, he had a travel call.
I'm a little surprised Beal City isn't handling the pressure a little better than this. You know, they've got quite a few turnovers against this Ranger pressure.
Puffer to Moore, we're under a minute now, 45 seconds to go at halftime.
Well, he thought about it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Puffer off to Rupert. Might be happy for a last shot here. Traxler puts it up from the corner. Long rebound to Smith. Rangers keep possession. Under 20 seconds now. If the Rangers can get a big bucket going into halftime. Luke Puffer down in the corner, pass deflected out of bounds.
Well, I know who I'd like to see get the last shot. That's the Smith kid over there in the corner, number 2, Radiant Smith. I think they've forgotten about him. He could be our halftime hero.
9.8 seconds. Caleb Moore with the basketball. Tried to go to Schmidt. Turned it over. Rangers get it back. 2 seconds. And get a travel call against the Rangers with 0.5 on the clock. So Beal City will inbound. Not much you can do with 0.5. See if they can heave it up.
You just hope nobody fouls during the active shoot.
And almost stolen. And that is the end of the first half. A very quick first half here from Manton tonight. Stay with us. We'll have our first half stats, analysis, update on upcoming games, our JV results from earlier tonight, and we'll look ahead to the second half. In our halftime report brought to you by Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. Rick Swanson along with Coach Rainey Lafreniere with you tonight from Manton High School. And the Rangers hanging on to a slim 21-18 lead here at halftime. It's been a well-played ball game, very few fouls, very few jump balls, just a nice clean ball game with 2 pretty good ball clubs here in Manton tonight. Rangers started out with a slim 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter, 13-10, and our second quarter was deadlocked at 8 points apiece. So the Rangers still with that 3-point lead, 21-18 here at halftime. Coach, let me throw it over to you for a minute. Give us some individual numbers, if you will.
Well, Caleb Moore's having his usual great game for Manton. He's got, I think he's got 13 points here. Yeah, 13 points at halftime. Radiant Smith came in and hit that big 3-ball for us, which was crucial. McKernan and Rupert, I'd like to see them get a little more involved inside, but you know, Beal City, give them credit, they're good inside too. But McKernan has 2, Rupert's been shut out right now, and Drayden Morrow had that that 3-ball drop for him. And with Beal City, they're a little more balanced. They got Cade Brock with a 3. They got Jacob Gross with a 3. Terrell Zucker with 2. Brendan Martin 2. The one that has stood out a little bit with a 3-ball is Connor Wilson, and Brandon Hayes. He finishes with 2. So, the thing that concerns me is the 4 threes. But if that's all they're going to do is play outside ball, it might take more than 4 threes to beat this Ranger team. If we can get something clicking inside, with our bigger players. The press seems to have hurt them also. So
Right. Both teams, they're towards the end of the half playing a zone. Beal City went from their man-to-man to a 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone. We'll see how the Rangers handle that. They may it'd be interesting to see if Beal stays in that coming out in the second half.
Well, I noticed as soon as Caleb Moore came out, they went to that zone. And, it kind of backfired on them a little bit with Radiant Smith hitting that 3-ball over there. You hope that you can go to this, show them something different, it works. And they did gain a possession on us there. They gained 2 or 3 points on us there. But I thought our subs that came into the game did a real nice job, patience with the ball, hitting that long 3 there. So it's an interesting ball game. Now our JVs, if you want to go back to that, we were getting trounced pretty good in the first half, and it looked like Beal City was the much better team. But our kids stuck with it, and they won the game by 7 or 8.
What do you think of the zone there from Coach Hiller, 1-2-2 zone?
I like
Would
it.
you like to see the Rangers stay in that in the second half?
I'd like to see us smother the ball a little more in that zone, but he's also trapping out of it. So
Right,
you never
right.
know what Ryan's going to do. Ryan's one of the finest coaches this area's ever seen. And he's got, both those kids, him and Hiller. Hicks played ball for me. They're just a dynamic duo down there, and they're in there right there with a brain trust right now, figuring things out. I liked what they did with that half-court trap too. They did that diamond a little bit. They trapped out of that 1-2-2 zone. They played the 1-2-2 straight up. Still don't like them giving up that skip pass all the way over the corner. It's cost them 6 points. But maybe if they start smothering the ball a little more, and that's a double-edged sword. You start smothering the ball, you get beat to the hoop a little bit too. So.
They did cause a few turnovers in that pressure, full court as well as their trapping. Let's go back and talk about that JV game just a little bit. When I arrived here tonight, they were down 8, but as you said, the JVs were down 13, at least 13 in the first half. And starting the fourth quarter, the Rangers were still down by 2 to Beal City, but then they came back to win it 43-38. The JV Rangers did over the Beal City JV team. That JV team has some height. They have good ball handlers. I like what I see in that group.
The group has a lot of potential, and a lot of their height, too, are freshmen. They've got a lot of upside. None of them are really mature yet. It's one thing when you bring in a 15-year-old kid, and he's physically mature. These kids, they're all young-bodied kids yet. They've got a lot of growing to do. The kid that impressed me the most tonight, and it was in the second half, was Nolan Moffitt. We know he can shoot the 3-ball, and he drained 2 or 3 of those tonight. And it sure looks pretty when he shoots that rainbow and drops that baby through there. But what I was really impressed with him tonight was his footwork and his patience around the bucket. Mm-hmm. He got the ball down there. Sometimes he was double-teamed, but he always managed to get a clean shot off. And I think that's crucial for any young kid that's a big man. Make sure they got that footwork down, that power drop step, that Sigma move, that step-through move. Moffitt showed it all to me tonight. So I really like that.
Another JV that I liked inside tonight with his enthusiasm was Logan Patrick.
Oh yeah,
he's a presence out there, and he just seems to fire people up.
Well, his dad played for me, and he'd never say anything.
Yeah.
He was just quiet.
Josh, just as quiet as could be, but
his son is just about the same way until you push that button. And he seems to have his mom come out in him a little bit or something, the Stewart side or something. I don't know, but he sure is fun to watch. I'd like to see him get a little better on his skills. He boxes out well. He does some things like that. He attacks the bucket a little bit. He's got a nice little jumper. But if he can get that footwork down, like the Moffitt boy, and those boys can keep getting better, with that group, the Rangers finally have some size.
Yeah.
We haven't had size for a while.
Yep, correct. Let's move on now and talk about upcoming games and broadcasts that we will have. Let's hit the boys here first. Change to your schedule if you didn't hear this the last couple nights. Lake City in a COVID quarantine, COVID shutdown, was the Ranger opponent tomorrow night, but that Lake City game canceled for the second time. The first time the Rangers were supposed to play Lake City, the Rangers were shut down. Now Lake City is shut down, so the Rangers put out a feeler looking for an opponent, and Mason County Eastern returned the call. So tomorrow night, the Rangers are going to travel to Custer and take on Mason County Eastern in place of Lake City. What that means, Coach, is here Lake City is just a few miles away. Rangers won't even play them this year in the regular season.
That's too bad. You know, they've got that new gym over there, and I know the people from Lake City were excited about that. They've had some good basketball teams come through there. Besco's doing a great job over there, turning out a great product. You know, the varsity over there, they've always got good athletes, and here they are setting it out. So that's too bad, but at least we do have another game coming. I don't know what Mason County's got this year. I don't know what their record is.
Right.
But I feel pretty confident this team can go sneak one up.
I do too. So anyway, tomorrow night they're at Mason County Eastern, and then next Monday they are home against Pine River. The boys home Monday as well. As far as the girls go, they are home tomorrow night against Beal City, and then Tuesday next week they are home against the Ramblers of McBain. Manton was at McBain just a week ago, and now next week the Ramblers will come here.
Well, that was, I think we lost by 10 or so over there. And
Yep.
I don't know if our girls were intimidated or not. You know, you got to give those Ramblers credit over there. They've got good girls. They got a couple of really good girls. One a good guard over there. I can't think of her name right now. But maybe our girls can sneak one out here. We're starting to play a little bit better and get a little bit better. And they're starting to figure out who each other are. We do have some work to do on our zone offense, and we worked on that a little bit tonight. We'll see if they can generate some zone if they're going to come out and play us zone. Usually they play us man-to-man. We'll see if we can bang with them girls over there. They're tough girls. They're one of the top-rated teams in the state, but we got a dandy little team too.
Yep.
So let's see what we can do.
Our halftime report tonight is brought to you by Northern Michigan Environmental Transport, and let's talk about them just for a moment. Owner Troy Vogelaar, Manton resident, has 20 years of experience in helping to keep the environment clean by properly disposing of contaminants. If you are wondering what to do with that used oil, wastewater, machine coolants, oil filters, oily rags, and so forth, call Troy. He started his own business 3 years ago and is experienced. He's local and loyal to customers, both commercial and residential. So again, looking for someone to haul and properly dispose of your wastewater or used oil? Call Troy Vogelaar of Northern Michigan Environmental Transport at 231-429-8489. 231-429-8489. And Coach, we're ready for the second half.
Yeah, we get the ball to start with. Here we go.
Beal City staying in that zone, 2-3 zone. We'll see how the Rangers can attack it. Puffer down in the corner, puts up a three. Just short, rebound Beal City.
He walks.
And it is a travel call against the Aggies. They turn it over once again.
Hey, we got some old school officials here. They're not giving you that two-step jump anymore. They're calling it like they used to call it.
I noticed them in the JV game. I thought they were doing a nice job.
Yeah.
Puffer McKernan over to Moore. See how they want to attack this Aggie zone defense. Wanted to see if Rupert was flashing to the high post again. He flashed up one time. They didn't hit him. Moore kicks it out to McKernan. Loose ball out of bounds. Rangers turn it over.
I'd like to see him get that ball to the free throw line a little bit.
Yep.
Not necessarily to score, but to collapse the defense and then kick it across. We've got to start attacking that middle a little bit.
Down in the corner, Jacob Gross, cross court to Kent. His shot no good, but Aggies with the rebound. Zucker kicks it out to Block. His shot no good. And ball out of bounds to the Rangers. So Aggies with a couple good looks, but couldn't get it to fall. Still 21-18. Rangers up as we're just inside the second half here from Manton tonight. Moore at the elbow, trying to hit McKernan underneath. Pass deflected out of bounds. Be the Rangers basketball. And Coach Hiller going to take a timeout.
Here come the adjustments. The brain trust is probably going to do something a little bit different there.
I'm sure they touched on it in the locker room, but a little bit more here, maybe attacking that zone.
Well, they've been bringing the low post guy up to the free throw line and leaving one guy low. What they may do is leave a double low post and bring the opposite wing into that area now. That gives them a little bit different look and a little bit better ball handle. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what adjustments they're going to make here.
And not only can you dish it from that high post, but you may just find yourself able to pivot and take it to the hoop.
Yep.
So no scoring here yet in the third quarter. We're still at 21-18, which is right where we were at halftime.
We got a little chess match going here. Zone versus zone, adjustment versus adjustment. It's fun to watch.
It is. It is. Going to be a good ball game. It has been so far. Rangers inbounding. And right underneath, off the glass, is McKernan, who broke free on the out-of-bounds play, increasing the lead to 5. Cade Block with the basketball, down right side. Kent, free throw line, swing it around. Shot no good by Gross. And the putback draws the foul. Marcus Kent went up and grabbed that rebound. He's going to go to the free throw line, shooting 2. That foul on McKernan, his first. First free throw from Marcus Kent. One of the 3 seniors on this Beal City team is good. Second one in and out. Rebound Haynes for the putback. Braden Haynes with the Beal City bucket. And the lead is cut to 2, 23-21 Manton. Puffer to Morrow. There's Rupert at the high post. Goes back to Morrow for 3. Shot up, no good. And Beal City comes away with it. Block to Zucker, down the corner, Kent. Down the left corner to Gross. Back outside. Haynes, down in the corner, Kent. There's Haynes, loose ball. Beal City comes up with it. Another loose ball. Beal City also trying to move the ball against this zone from the Rangers. Attacking the basket. Gross shot no good, and McKernan comes away with the rebound for the Rangers. Down in the corner, Puffer for 3. Shot up, no good. And Block takes it, pushing for the Aggies. Bounce pass ahead, shot off the glass. Terrell Zucker with the Aggie bucket ties us at 23. Morrow left wing. Back to Moore. And whistle against the Aggies. Manton will inbound from the far sideline. Falls on Jacob Gross, his first. And the tall, lanky Brendan Martin checks back in for Beal City. Traxler in for Puffer for the Rangers.
We're getting good looks.
Yep, just got to nail a couple.
Yeah.
Morrow, right side, penetrates. Gives it off to Traxler. Back to Morrow. And almost turned over, but saved by Morrow. And we're going to get a call against Beal City. Manton will inbound under their own basket. Fouls on Martin, who just came in the game, his first. A lot of rotation of players tonight from both these coaches. Ball into Traxler for three, shot up, no good, gets his own rebound. Nice job, off the glass, wouldn't go. And whistle on the rebound is going to go against the Rangers. Beal City basketball. Falls on McKernan, his second team foul of the half. Rangers in that pressure, full court. And Aggies handle it very patiently that time. Haynes to Gross. Baseline, kicks it back out. Gross from the corner. Shot up, no good. But there's Wilson. His shot blocked on the putback. Ball on the floor. And a jump ball call. Good hustle from both teams. Puffer checking back in for the Rangers. And Beal City will inbound under their own basket. We're tied at 23. 3:26 left to go, third quarter. Out of bounds play found Braden Haynes right under the bucket. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he draw the foul. He's at the free throw line, shooting two. And that foul's on McKernan, his third. First free throw off the back of the rim. And Rupert checks in for McKernan, who, as I just said, picked up his third foul. Chance for a Beal City lead, no. Ball on the floor, he's come up with it. Good hustle from Beal City. Here's Haynes again. This pass deflected, picked off by Hudson. Good active hands that time, Manton defense. Moore gives it up to Hudson, gets it back. Skip past Puffer. Back to Hudson, left side. Moore to Puffer. There's Rupert in the corner, Traxler, shot up. No good. Rebound off to Hudson. Puffer for three. No good. And loose ball.
This one could be ours.
We have another jump ball and possession arrow with the Rangers.
They've kind of taken Caleb Moore out of the offense. You know, he isn't getting his shots right now, and that's got me a bit concerned.
Well, the Rangers are getting shots, but just haven't gotten one to go.
Well, we went darn near 6 minutes here, and I don't think we scored, have we? Oh, we have.
We got two.
We scored two.
We got two.
Right.
Traxler deep in the corner underneath the Moore. Back out Puffer. Hudson.
There we got him open.
Moore in the left corner, got it. Caleb Moore for three. Found an opening deep in the left corner at the baseline. 26-23 Rangers. And Aggies turn it over. Puffer with the basketball and then carried it. So the Rangers turn it right back to Aggies. A bit unfortunate right there. Rangers had a 3-on-1. Could have maybe had something happen. Wilson to Haynes. Down in the corner. Shot up for three. No good from Wilson, but the putback is good from Haynes. Aggies within one at 26-25. Puffer to Traxler, back to Puffer for three, right side, got it. Luke Puffer Calm and collected, nails it from the right wing, 29-25 Rangers.
That's his first three. Maybe we'll get something going here.
Aggies handled the pressure that time. Haynes down in the corner to Kent. Back to Martin. His shot up. No good. Right there with the rebound and putback is Connor Wilson for the Aggies. 29-27 Rangers up. 1 minute to go, third quarter. Fast-moving game tonight, time-wise, with very few whistles. Tracks the left side, down to Moore. Skip pass, Puffer. Shot up, short. Rebound, Beal City. Quickly ahead to Kent and threw his hands out of bounds. So Aggies turn it over with 36 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. McKernan back in with the three fouls.
Looks like it's turned into a three-point contest.
Morrow left wing, who just came back in. Puffer and McKernan. Out to Moore. In the corner for three. Got it. Caleb Moore from the same spot as the last one. Deep in the left-hand corner. 32-27 Rangers. 10 seconds to go. Aggie shot up, no good. Rebound Moore for the Rangers. Last second, and can't get anything up. That's the end of three here from Manton tonight, and the Rangers lead it 32-27. After a 3-point halftime lead, Rangers have been able to increase it by a couple and lead by 5, 32-27. Let's have a sponsor spotlight here during the timeout. Wilder Heating and Cooling. Owner Chad Wilder, a Manton alum himself, started his business in 2001, so now in his 20th year. His coverage area is wide in Northwest Michigan, from Big Rapids north to Charlevoix. They will serve single families as well as larger multi-unit complexes. Wilder's offers 24-hour service. They do take care of the customer, and no job is too small. Chad Wilder has been a faithful sponsor of Manton basketball being broadcast on the radio and internet since we began broadcasting boys and girls basketball here at Manton 4 seasons ago. So thanks to Wilder Heating and Cooling. Well, Coach, we got a good one here heading into the fourth quarter.
I'm a little concerned we haven't been able to establish a little bit of an inside game, and the young man from Beal City, the number 30, I believe it's number 30.
Yep, Haynes. He's a good presence in there.
Yeah, is he the left-hander we were talking about last year?
They don't have them. He's not playing.
This kid's doing just as well as
and he was not a senior last year. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Beal City still working against that Ranger zone. Here's a little penetration, drop off underneath, and the turnaround is no good as Terrell Zucker is called for the travel.
Yeah, I thought we might get a jump ball there, but.
So Beal City extending the zone a little bit, bringing looks like a box and one on Moore right now, Coach. They've got Gross fouling Moore all over the court. Trying to penetrate that zone is Caleb Moore, and we have a whistle against the Aggies. Manton will inbound under their own basket. And number 2, Jacob Gross. I think we're going to see him following Caleb all over the place. Moore with the basketball. Gives it up to Puffer. Here's Morrow with the basketball. 7 minutes left to go in the ball game. Rangers up by 5. Puffer to Morrow. Moore gets the ball. Gets a screen. Nothing there. He's got to give it up. Hudson in the corner. Back out to Moore. Puffer wide open for three. Left side. Got it. Luke Puffer. Big bucket. Moore saw him open on the other side of the court. And the Rangers are up 8. Aggies looking to penetrate. And we're going to get a call against the Rangers. And that is going to be McKernan's 4th foul. We'll see what Coach Hiller wants to do with him. And here comes Rupert off the bench.
I'm going to be interested to see how they manage the clock now with this lead. That's the largest lead,
It is.
that either team has had. We got 6.5 minutes to go. I wonder if he's going to force him out into a man-to-man.
Haynes, quick out of bounds. Just what they did last time, and Haynes found himself at the free throw line. Well, he does once again. Just a quick little spin move that Haynes throws there on the out of bounds play and finds himself open enough to get the ball and get to the free throw line. First one is good as he rattled it in. 35-28, Rangers up. Second one is also good. And the Rangers are up 6 with 6:20 left to go in the ball game. Moore drop off to Hudson, out to Puffer. Nothing there for Puffer, and Coach Hiller takes a timeout. Maybe saw the Rangers tied up there a little bit, but timeout there taken by Coach Hiller.
Well, I noticed that they've got our 3-ball shooter there, Caleb Moore, running the baseline, but I'd like to see them 2 low post guys set some screens and make it difficult for that kid that's running that box and one on him. And then if you're going to spend all that energy on one player, if you've got other players that can step up, so far Luke Puffer's done that with those threes he's been hitting. So let's see if that continues, and it's going to be an interesting chess match going down here. They're starting to get to us a little bit on the inside with the boards, the number 30, and that's got me concerned a little.
The other thing, Lucas McKernan just checked back in with his 4 fouls, so we'll see what happens there with him, see if he can stay clean here for a little bit.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if they go after him. You're just going to have to play smart.
Manton inbounding under their own basket. 35-29. Rangers up by 6. Out of bounds play. Comes in to Rupert. Gives it off to Moore. Looking to penetrate. Off to Puffer for 3. And no good. But he gets his own rebound. Shot up. Got it. Luke Puffer with the putback. Following his own shot.
Yeah, that was either Rupert or McKernan that tipped that ball back to him. That was kind of a team effort. That was nice.
Here's Kemp, baseline, bounce pass in the block underneath the Haynes. Got it. Nice ball movement from Beal City. And Braden Haynes with another bucket. 37-31 Rangers. 5:25 left to go. Moore off to Rupert, up off the glass, got it. Nice look from Caleb Moore, nice cut to the hoop from Rupert, good bucket. Pretty bucket.
That was the old 32 wide right there. Ryan's pulled that out of the bag.
Beal City turns it over, Cade Block lost the handle. And the Rangers up now 8. Beal City now with straight man-to-man. They've pulled out of the box and won. Manton content to take a little time off the clock. And Beal City foul on number 3, Marcus Kent.
Yeah, they're in that wide offense now, running a weave, and then every once in a while they'll duck somebody to the free throw line, run a backdoor cut, and things like that. Looks like a stall, but it's really a high percentage offense.
Inbound pass to Moore, still guarded by Jacob Gross. I would assume thought by Beal City coach be one of their best defenders. And Caleb puts it up and hit it. Kind of a circus shot, but Caleb Moore gets the bucket and the foul. He'll go to the three-point, or go to the line trying to complete the three-point play.
You know, under any other circumstance, I would be skeptical of that shot, but that kid's an unbelievable player, and it was a great shot. He probably shouldn't have taken it, but you know what? He made it.
Double team down there as he did so. And the free throw's good. That opens up an 11-point lead for the Rangers, 42-31, staying in that pressure. Wilson to Haynes. Back to Block. And Martin, now here's Gross, left side for three, got it. Jacob Gross with the three-point field goal. Pulls Beal City within 8, and as that one went through the hoop, Coach Cam Guttrell for Beal City takes a timeout.
Well, he's got to do something to speed the game up now. Both teams are going to be in the 1-on-1 here after one more foul, so we'll see how that plays into it too. But we'll see if Ryan changes his offense. He's in that spread offense right now. He wants that high percentage shot. How's Beal going to deal with that? That's what's so great about the game of basketball.
Yep, you got it. And you called it a chess match in the first half, and you can bet that's what's going on right now in the huddles. But the Rangers lead at 42-34. A little bit of breathing room. They can afford to be patient offensively, take some time off the clock. And, of course, Beal City will stay in their man-to-man defense.
Well, I like our chances right now, with Caleb Moore in there, and the way Puffer's playing, too. Puffer's really starting to come into his own. Going to be an interesting last 4 minutes or so.
Yes, it will be. And that's what we have on the clock. 4:07 left to go. And after that Beal City bucket, that's when Beal took the timeout, so it'll be Manton basketball.
Beal City's going a little full court here.
They are pressing.
Here we go.
Man-to-man full court. McKernan gets it into Moore. He's double teamed right there.
This is face mask.
And gets it away to Morrow. Morrow looking down court to Puffer. And he may have gotten it off Beal City, which he did.
Oh, we lucked out there.
A great save from Puffer. Saved it off the Aggie player, and Manton will inbound. Moore looking for somebody. Comes in tomorrow, has it stolen by Wade Wilson, number 0. And Drayden Morrow called for the foul. It'll be Beal City basketball. Trying to go deep with that inbound pass. Didn't go quite deep enough. Block with the basketball. Has it stolen by Caleb Moore. And Beal City commits the foul. That one on Cade Block, number 1.
I don't know if they're going to call this player control or not, but he should be on the line.
Still need one more, Coach. That was the 6th one.
Okay, that was the 6th.
Yep. Inbound pass to Puffer, back to Moore. Both teams will be in the bonus. Next foul. Puffer back to Morrow. Moore. Rangers trying to keep Beal City defense at bay. Kicks it out to Morrow, baseline, and turns it over. Aggies with the basketball. Gross to Wilson. And trying to post up Haynes at the free throw line. The Aggies turn it over. 3:10 left to go. Manton up 42-34 over Beal City. Pass down low to McKernan. Saves it right to Martin. Martin saves it to Rupert.
Rupert did the right thing. He brought that ball right back out.
McKernan trying to go baseline. Off to Rupert inside. Up strong. Got it. Jacob Rupert from point-blank range puts the Rangers up by 10 once again. Block down to Gross for 3. Shot no good, and Puffer's there for the rebound. Ball in the hands of Caleb Moore with 2:25 left to go. Rangers up 10. Morrow with the basketball, puts up the shot, no good. McKernan with the putback, no good. Rupert up, and he's going to go to the free throw line. Rangers on the third try draw the foul, and Jacob Rupert will shoot 2. Not shots you have to put up at that point, Coach, but
No.
it worked out okay.
Yeah, you're being aggressive. It wasn't a bad shot.
And free throw is good.
And I was just about to say we haven't been shooting our free throws as a team one, and he knocks that first one down. That's a good job by Jacob there.
Senior Jacob Rupert with the second free throw coming. And he gets them both. 46-34, Rangers up with 2:15 to go. Steal from Caleb Moore, right to the hoop, off the glass, scores it. 48-34, Rangers. Martin into Kent. Ahead to Haynes. Here's Gross, right side, into the lane, puts up a 10-footer, got it. Jacob Gross with the bucket. 48-36. 1:45 left to go. And Moore with the basketball is fouled. And now in the bonus, Moore will go to the free throw line. That foul on Jacob Gross, his third. First one, no good, and we'll get a foul going the other way, and that's going to be it for Lucas McKernan. As on the rebound, he goes over the back for his 5th foul on the Beal City end. That will send Brendan Martin to the free throw line, shooting the bonus.
A little over-aggressive there in that offensive board. You know, at this stage of the game, you got to look at the clock and the score and try to figure out what's the best thing to do. I think he should have just backed off there and went and played some defense. But hey, when you're 16, 17 years old, sometimes you don't make the right choices on the floor.
So Kyle Hudson checks in for McKernan.
But he had a heck of a game, I'll tell you that, especially in this fourth quarter here.
First free throw is good from the junior, Brendan Martin. 48-37. And the second free throw cuts it to 10 with 1:43 to go.
A lot of time left.
Beal City, a lot of pressure. Get the ball to Caleb Moore tomorrow. Takes it across the timeline, and another Beal foul will send Graydon Morrow to the free throw line. Again, the bonus, shooting 1 and 1 is senior Graydon Morrow. First one, no good, but great position by Hudson for the rebound. And Puffer draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line. And now the Rangers are in the double bonus. Puffer will be shooting 2.
Well, we talked about the Hudson boy, you know, earlier in the game, and there he comes up with a huge rebound.
First free throw is good from Luke Puffer. Puffer's had a nice ball game tonight. Second one, no good. Rebound to block for Beal City. Martin, top of the key, puts up a 3. No good, but Haynes is right there for the putback. And Beal City takes a quick time out as that one went through the hoop. That pulls Beal City within 9 single digits at 49-40.
I think that's Brandon Haynes' 13th point. He only had 2 in the first half, and He's had 11 points in the second half. He's hurt us. We have not been able to keep that young man off the boards.
And let's get in a sponsor spotlight here during this timeout. Shepler Well Drilling. Owner Randy Shepler, a Manton alum, has been in business since 1992. Sheplers will provide honest, reliable, and professional service from your original well to any problems you may have years down the road. They also offer a 5-year warranty on new installations and parts and labor. Prompt service from Shepler's Well Drilling is a trademark. Randy has also been an avid supporter of Manton Athletics over the years, and you can give Shepler's Well Drilling a call at 231-824-6505, 231-824-6505. And thank you to Shepler's Well Drilling as a sponsor for our streaming broadcast.
Got a chance to cut this to 7 points here if he makes these free throws. It could be an interesting final minute and 18 seconds. Oh, we're taking the ball out.
He just made the bucket, so.
Yeah, they're taking it out.
Manton basketball, 1:18 to go. Rupert going deep for Puffer, might have been too far. Puffer saves it, but to Beal City. And Beal City turns it over as Cade Block traveled with the basketball. So Rangers up 9, 1:14 to go. 49-40. Rupert will inbound from the far sideline. Rupert into Moore, who was trapped over there near the sideline. Coach Hiller calls a quick timeout to avoid any possible turnover in that situation. So, Coach, all they need to do here is take care of the basketball, maybe hit a couple free throws.
Yeah, it'll be a miracle for Beal City to pull this off now, being down 9, in under a minute. But I've seen it happen. A couple of bad choices here and there and a lucky break, and you just never know what's going to happen. I've been on both sides of that situation. Win one when you shouldn't, and lose one when you shouldn't. So,
Yep.
It's just one of those things. We'll see what kind of decisions we make. Obviously, we got to get it in Moore's hands. Kids have to be selective with their shots. Nothing but layups and free throws would be my philosophy. Try to get it in Caleb's hands. He might be your best free throw shooter, maybe not. Try to get it in somebody else that can knock those free throws down because, we're in the double bonus now. So every time we're fouled, we're going to be shooting 2 free throws.
Yep.
That comes into factor. So let's see what happens and enjoy this last minute of Ranger basketball.
That Ranger timeout sponsored by Bostic's Drugstore. Rangers again will inbound from the far sideline, same spot as a moment before. Into Puffer this time. And deep in the corner to Morrow. And he's fouled down there by Haynes. And Drayden Morrow will go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Well, hopefully he makes one of these 2, and preferably both of them. We'll see what happens. But he's going to get the back end of this.
First one up and nothing but net. Extends the lead to 10, 50-40. 1:04 to go. Second one also good. And here come the Aggies. Rangers still with the pressure. There's Gross for 3, right side, in and out. Rebound Rupert. And Haynes again with a quick foul. This one will send Rupert to the free throw line, shooting 2. Stay with us after the ball game. We'll have a recap of the scoring. We'll have individual stats for you. Talk about upcoming games as well. And possibly get Coach Hiller up here and get a word from him afterwards. First free throw rattled home by Rupert. Second one off, rebound Beal City. court to Haynes. Attacks the baseline, up off the glass, too strong. Rebound Moore. And he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2. 52-40. 52-40, Rangers on top. And that is the 5th foul on Jacob Gross for Beal City. Connor Wilson will check in for him as Moore waits at the free throw line. First one is short. (53-40), Rangers up as Moore hits the second free throw. Here's Haynes. Cross-court block. Kent in the corner for 3. No good. High rebound to Haynes, up and in. Braden Haynes has been a force underneath on that offensive glass here in the second half. Pulls Beal City within 11 at 53-42. He's been tough to handle.
I'll tell you what, the ball game's over with as far as I'm concerned, but I'm concerned about that young man getting those putbacks out of these. As a coach, I'm concerned, whose responsibility is that? And I'm sure they're going to clean that up. But if we don't take care of business down there, that kid could really hurt us down at Beal City.
And I believe the trip to Beal City is the last regular season game.
Yeah, we've got one with the girls down there last season, their last regular season game also.
And then after that, of course, districts will start. Regular season ends 2 weeks. Regular season ends 2 weeks from tomorrow night. And the district tournament for the girls will start March 22nd. It'll start for the boys March 23rd. So here we go. Rangers inbound following Aggie timeout. Ball comes into Moore, knocked out of bounds. 24 seconds to go. Rangers up 11.
Now they can't run that play again. They've got to stay stationary now, I believe.
Rupert, pass deflected. Still Manton basketball. Rupert comes in more, and foul called on Cade Block, number 1. That will send Moore to the free throw line. Aggies are going to try to extend this as long as they can, trying to give themselves a chance with a parade of Rangers going to the free throw line. Moore's first one is short again. Don't see that too often with Caleb. Second one is good. Rangers up 12, 54-42, and Beal City coach now empties the bench, getting some other players into the ball game for the last 22 seconds.
Well, you hope one of these kids gets a bucket. They're the practice players. You always cheer for them. I hope they come down and somebody that doesn't play very much sticks once here.
Bounce pass stolen by Kyle Hudson for the Rangers, and now they can just run it out. Final 10 seconds. And the Ranger faithful getting a hand for the Ranger effort tonight. And that's our final from Ranger Country. The Manton Rangers 54 and the Beal City Aggies 42. Stay with us. We'll have a lot of info coming your way here as our post-game report begins. And the post-game report tonight brought to you by Shepler's Well Drilling. Rick Swanson along with Rainey Lafreniere from Manton High School tonight, where the Rangers have defeated Beal City to improve their overall mark to 6-1 on the season. Beal City falls to 5-4 overall on their current season. Let's go through our quarter scores as far as how the game progressed tonight. Close game, really close game throughout the first half, and the Rangers clinging to a 3-point lead at the end of one, 13-10. In the second quarter, each team put 8 points up on the board, so the Rangers maintained that 3-point lead, 21-18 at halftime. In the third quarter, the Rangers outscored Beal City by 2, 11-9, to lead by 5, entering the fourth, 32-27. And then a big fourth quarter. Of course, a lot of that helped by Beal City sending the Rangers to the free throw line numerous times, but the Rangers were put up 22 points in that fourth quarter, and Beal City put up 15 of their own, but that extended the Rangers' lead at the end to a rather comfortable 12-point win, 54-42, even though it was difficult to come by and a hard-fought contest throughout. So, Coach, let me throw it to you, and let's look at some individual numbers.
Well, let's talk about that fourth quarter first. Some kids stepped up. You got Jacob Rupert. He's got 7 points in that fourth quarter. He goes 3 from 4 at the line. Usually he's not the greatest free throw shooter, but maybe he just needs to shoot more of them under pressure. I don't know. But he sure did a fine job. And I thought one of the key components in that fourth quarter is when they went to that box and won, Luke Puffer stepped up. He had a 3-ball during that stretch, and then he had a 2, and he made a free throw after that. That gave us that cushion that we didn't have to worry about scoring anymore. We could back it out of there and make them play us man-to-man, and from then it was pretty much all over.
Yeah,
Once
for a while
we got
it
that
was
double bonus.
For a while it was just what can Caleb do? But then other guys stepped up.
Yeah, and that was big. So we usually give a star for the game. I'm getting tired of saying Caleb Moore's name. Well, really, I'm not. But I like what Rupert did in that fourth quarter, and Puffer did in that fourth quarter, and that's huge for this team. You just can't have one man doing the job unless he's averaging 45 a game. Maybe you can then. But these other players stepping up there was huge for this team. And this is a good Beal City team. They hung with McBain. They were within 5 points, I believe, in the fourth quarter against McBain. So, great night for the Rangers.
And holding Beal to 42, it's a nice defensive effort.
Yeah. And the leading score's got to be, let me figure this out here. There's 8, 10, 13, 16, 19, 20, 22, 24, 26 points for Caleb Moore again. Kid's got to be on an all-state team somewhere. The thing about him is he's a great floor leader, and he's humble. He is so humble. I just love that kid.
And he looks so calm and cool out on the floor.
I know.
No matter what pressure is thrown at him, he does a great job.
Yeah, most coaches would kill to have a point guard like that. You don't see that very often. No, being able to score and run the show like that, and have the humility and the defense that kid plays, he's just a great person, great kid.
So what did Haynes end up with for Beal? We talked about him having just 2 points at halftime,
he had 2 points at halftime.
but really came on.
4, 6, 8, 10. He had 13 points in the second half.
Yeah.
That's got to be addressed, and I bet you Hiller and Hicks will be talking about that tonight over some tape. So the kid's good, but to let him beat you up that second half of those 13 points, without him, they're not even in the ballgame.
We're going to get Caleb in here and get a word from him. Coach, if you think of anything you want to ask him, feel free. Caleb, come on in.
Come on in there, big guy. We were just talking about you.
We had Caleb up here 2 nights ago after the NMC game, and right when Caleb was going to respond, our battery died on the streaming, so we didn't get a chance to talk to him. But we'll get him up here again tonight. Coach, what do you want to go with?
Well, they came out in that box and won. What was your first thought?
I just thought I had to get open and start flashing and give my teammates open looks.
Yeah, and that you did. You had a great game. I believe you had 25 points again. You struggled a little bit on the front end of some of those free throws there. What are you going to do to clean that up?
Go back to practice and just
Yeah, I'm looking
When
at you.
when you step up their line, I usually count that as money.
Yeah,
tonight
yeah.
I was off a little bit.
Yeah, you missed the front end of a 1-1 and then the front end of that one there, and I was a little concerned there. Looked to me you were short on both of them.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
gotta use my legs a little more.
Yeah, well, you can come talk to me about that,
right.
later on. But I talked to your coach first. Who else do you think? That fourth quarter was a big fourth quarter for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you basically put the game away. Rupert had a great, he's looking at 7 points, and then how great is it to have Luke Puffer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're in that box and one trying to take you out of it, and then Luke takes the pressure off you, knocking that big three down. He had a great second half tonight. He's really coming into his own.
Yeah.
So give us the thoughts overall, who we got coming up next.
Pine River and McBain next week.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
well-
Let's go back a game. Also, want to commend you guys on your big win
Yeah, that was a
Tuesday night against NMC, who came in here undefeated and ranked number 10 in Division 4 in the state. And right now, you got to like where the team's at. Where you
Well,
guys are doing right now.
Yeah, we're looking good right now. After McBain, we were kind of in a low spot, and then after Tuesday, we've been really good.
We'll get that mask off. We can hear you a little better.
Yeah.
Yep, you got one added tomorrow night. You guys are going to make a trip to Custer, small town of Custer, but take on Mason County Eastern tomorrow night. And then, like you said, you come back with a busy week again next week. You got Pine River on Monday right back here at home.
Yep.
I think the people down in Custer are going to be pleasantly surprised, or maybe not pleasantly surprised when we show up there. If you guys continue to play this brand of defense and the unselfishness of this team, you guys are really playing together as a unit. And let's look at the McBain game. Let's count that one out. You guys were off for how many days were you off?
10.
10 days. What did it feel like going over there with no legs? You guys are starting to click again.
We're starting to get back where we were before McBain. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you take that game out, and you guys are perfect on the season and looking really strong.
Yeah, thank you.
It's fun to watch you.
Of course, we got to go back down to Beal again, and you aren't going down there to talk to Dr. Pohl. Okay? You're going down there to play some hoop. I imagine these guys are going to be ready for you when you go down there.
Yeah, Beal City's a tough place to play. So.
Yeah, put that one in your back pocket, and I'll probably be down there if I don't have a game myself with the JV girls. But, man, it's sure nice talking to you here. What else you got for them there, Coach?
I think that's good. I apologized again the other night. I didn't get a chance to say anything to you when it blacked out on us. But good to get you up here and get a word from you. Thanks, Caleb.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, congratulations on another great game.
Thank you.
You graduate, I'm sure going to miss you.
That's senior point guard Caleb Moore for the Rangers. We had another great game here tonight. And as we said, calm and cool under pressure. Before we go, let's mention the next games again. Just mention that tomorrow night the boys are at Mason County Eastern, then Monday home against Pine River. The girls are home here tomorrow night against Beal City. And Tuesday they are home against McBain. Well, Coach, I want to thank you once again for joining me tonight. It's always fun doing a game with you and getting your insight on what's taking place out on the court and just talking to you off the court. Always fun to do a game with you.
It's always fun to do that with you. You and I have been here for a long time. I think you came in about 74, and I think I came here in 76, and I've never wanted to leave. Just a great place to live.
Same thing with me. Same thing with me, exactly. Because I had anticipated maybe taking an AD job at a bigger school initially.
Yeah.
But got here and no reason to leave.
No, and that young man we just got done talking to, we got a lot of kids around this community, not only athletes, but just people in general and young students that have that humble, that up north attitude, that shyness or whatever you want to call it.
Humble.
Yeah, humble. That's the word I'm looking for. Love it here.
Yep.
Love it here, and love to see these kids play basketball.
Yep, it is fun. So we hope you can continue to join us on the live stream as we bring you all of the home games. Our post-game report brought to you tonight by Shepler's Well Drilling, and that's going to do it from Manton High School. This is Rick Swanson on behalf of my partner, Coach Rainey Lafreniere tonight. We thank you for joining us and hope you will follow in our next Manton basketball broadcast. Once again, our final score tonight, the Manton Rangers 54 and the Beal City Aggies 42 as the Rangers improve their overall record to 6-1. So everyone have a good evening.
That was fun.